Chapter 26, Whoa, so experienced. What are you doing? Lin Chuxue curiously asked Su Cheng, who had his eyes closed. Su Cheng's ears could hear all the noises and movements around him, including the gluyolo sound coming from Lin Chuxue's stomach due to hunger. He turned his head around to give Lin Chuxue a weird look. Lin Chuxue was quite surprised as to why Su Cheng suddenly looked at her with that kind of gaze, and she immediately turned her head to look at the screen above the elevator door that displayed the floor numbers. Su Cheng gently tugged on Lin Chuxue's hand and said, "Go hide over there for a moment." He then pointed at a building gap in the corridor. Lin Chuxue felt the request was quite random, but since Su Cheng was in charge of her now, she could only listen to him and go hide in there. When the elevator was about to come up, Su Cheng immediately turned around and pretended like he was just pulling out his keys to lock his door. The elevator opened, and the three reporters came out with their cameras. They scanned the surroundings and saw Su Cheng, who had his back towards them, looking like he had just come out from his room. But they didn't see the Lin Chuxue that was hiding in the corner. Lin Chuxue was also a little shocked. How did Su Cheng know that the people coming up were reporters? "Excuse me, sir, have you seen Lin Chuxue or know which unit she's in on this floor?" The reporters came over to ask as they stuffed 3 100 yuan bills into Su Cheng's hand and continued, "Do us a favor, our work isn't easy." Su Cheng slightly smiled, took the 300 yuan into his bag, and said as he pointed at the unit furthest down the hall, "I remember seeing an unfamiliar girl standing in front of that door in the morning, but I'm not sure if she went in or not." The three reporters immediately went over like sharks that smelled blood. Su Cheng immediately turned to Lin Chuxue and gave her a look. Because the reporters' backs were facing her, she could tiptoe her way into the elevator without alerting them, and Su Cheng quickly entered with her and closed the elevator doors. He quickly pressed the button on the first floor just as Lin Chuxue floated over behind him and said, "I want a share of that 300 yuan. Su Cheng rolled his eyes. "I'm trying so hard to get you out of here, and you still want to fight over 300 yuan with me. Hey, did you get it wrong? Those reporters gave you money because they wanted my information." Lin Chuxue pouted and pretended to be pissed. "They only spent 300 on my information, I thought it could go for at least a couple 100,000. I can't believe you accepted only 300 yuan. Quiet for a second." Su Cheng stopped her whining and continued to listen for the noises down below. Sure enough, he heard a lot of noises coming from the first floor. The property management team probably dispatched security to try and maintain order, but they just couldn't kick the reporters and fans out since they were too hyped and wouldn't listen to anything. From the noise coming from below, Su Cheng could tell that there were at least 30 or 40 people. This was just a conservative estimate. It seemed like they won't make it if they take the elevator directly down to the first floor. Suddenly, Su Cheng stopped the elevator at the second floor and grabbed Lin Chuxue's hand and walked out. "What are you doing? Why aren't we going down?" Lin Chuxue couldn't keep up with his pace and asked in curiosity. "It's too late, they already surrounded the place," Su Cheng said, still domineeringly holding onto her hand and walking towards the staircase. However, he also began hearing some noise from the stairway. "There are so many people downstairs, someone definitely told Princess Snow. She would only take the elevator if she's stupid. We might get a little surprise if we guard the stairway." These voices came from 3 girls, but Su Cheng knew it wouldn't just be a few of them waiting in the stairway. He stopped in his tracks, turned around, and said to Lin Chuxue, "Give me your phone." "To do what?" Lin Chuxue was a bit startled when Su Cheng asked for her phone. "Do you think I will sell you out or something?" Su Cheng glared at her. Lin Chuxue reluctantly took out her pink-cased phone from her purse and handed it to Su Cheng. Su Cheng turned the phone on and 24 missed calls immediately popped up, all from her agent. He directly found Shen Yao's number and dialed. "Hello? Chuxue, are you still okay? Oh God, don't come out, the fans surrounded the entire condo." "Jesus Christ!" Shen Yao asked with concern over the phone. "How's it going over there?" Su Cheng asked. Shen Yao was stunned for a second and then she said, "I came out. When I just came out, the security thought I was Chuxue and took me out from another passage." Su Cheng replied, "Okay, great, now go back and lead the crowd away from the elevators." "Me?" Shen Yao almost immediately exploded, "Do you know how crazy Chuxue's fans are? What happens if I'm caught and they strip me naked?" "Su Cheng, wait until after they catch you before taking off your glasses and showing that face of yours." They will definitely no longer be interested. Lin Chuxu chuckled upon hearing that. On the other end of the phone, Shen Yao felt that Su Cheng had a point but soon felt like something sounded off. Wait a second, what do you mean? You're saying they will immediately lose interest when I show my face? What's wrong with my face? You are insulting my beauty. Do you believe that I can just tell my dad to buy the rights to this entire condo and kick you out? Su Cheng, fine, let's just save your friend first. We'll think of another way to lead them away as well. Then, he immediately hung up and called Ran Jing with his own phone. Seeing that there was a number of another woman on his phone, Lin Chuxu was a little upset, but she didn't say anything. As promised, they wouldn't interfere with each other's privacy. Hello, Su Cheng. Ran Jing picked up the phone, sounding like she was sneaking around. Where are you? I'm on the 3rd floor. When the elevator opened, I saw a crowd just coming right at me. Thank God I was able to close the elevator quick enough and come back up, Ran Jing replied. Go to the elevator and wait there for my plan. In a bit, Shen Yao will distract one wave of people, but I think it will only be enough to trick some fans. The reporters won't be so easily fooled. They might figure that someone's playing decoy, so you need to go down and try to attract the second wave of people and get the reporters to follow. Ran Jing sighed. If that's true, then I will mourn for 3 minutes for Shen Yao. She's going to kill you once she finds out. Su Cheng was speechless. Just as he bitterly smiled, his sensitive ears caught what was happening on the 1st floor. Shen Yao came back, and when the glass door opened, she pretended to be very nervous and turned around and ran, triggering the fans to run after her. Although she was in sunglasses and a hat, the fans still followed after seeing that she ran, thinking that it must be their idol. Princess Snow is right there. Princess Snow ran. Some fans immediately yelled and chased after Shen Yao. And once someone took the lead to chase, a lot of people soon followed after in excitement. Su Cheng then said to Ran Jing over the phone, it's time for you to show off your acting skills. Go downstairs and act realistically. Ran Jing was still a bit unsure. The reporters are probably not that easy to deal with, right? Su Cheng, no worries, you are all beautiful and have similar body shapes. Under the hat and in sunglasses, it's going to be very difficult for them to immediately tell whether you are Lin Chuxu or not. Okay. Ran Jing replied and she got into the elevator and went down to the 1st floor. On the 1st floor, a few news reporters were just about to join in on the chase, when several experienced reporters dragged them back. What are you chasing for? I've seen enough of this old trick, it's a decoy. That person's not Lin Chuxu for sure, she's probably her assistant. Lin Chuxu's probably still upstairs. The other newbie reporters all exclaimed, whoa, so experienced.